Okay. Welcome to the Western Association for College Admission Counseling. Happy to have you here, whether it's live or watching this recording. You are going to hear from 6 amazing experts about their universities or colleges. This part is important if you're live. If you are, and you have a question for any of our panelists at any time, you can hit the Q&A button that's at the top or bottom of your screen. Again, that Q&A button is the only way that you'll be able to communicate with our panelists during this session because they cannot see or hear you. There are more sessions for this evening, but they will all be recorded and available on our website at StriveScan, and also sent out to folks who signed up and to your counselors and to our panelists as well. With that, we are going to be prompt with time and get started. To kick us off will be Southern Oregon University.
There we go. Let's just. Okay, so welcome to Southern Oregon University. My name is Ria. I am the admissions transfer counselor, and so I'm pretty excited to tell you what we have to offer here. So a little bit about SOU. We are located in a small town called Ashland, Oregon. It's about 20 minutes from the north border of California. We are right in the middle of San Francisco and Portland, Oregon. So a nice little central location for road trips and stuff like that. We do have lots of outdoor options, but the one notable one is our Mount Ashland, which is about a 10-minute drive from campus. Students are able to rent any of our outdoor equipment, and then they have shuttles that go back and forth for our students as well. And then our Oregon Shakespeare Festival is our nationally notable festival that we have here in Ashland, Oregon. A lot of our students and our faculty get involved with these productions, and then students are given discounts. So it is a lot of what students decide to do during the weekends and stuff. So a little bit about SOU. We are a small little liberal arts university here in Oregon. Our current enrollment is a little under 6,000 students. That makes our professor and student ratio about 25 students to 1 professor. That keeps our class sizes about 30 students in a class. It is a viable options for students who like a smaller setting. And then we also don't have a graduate assistant program. So that means all of our courses are taught by the listed professor for each class. That gives students a really good chance to get to know their professors and use them as letters of recs during the end of their time at SOU. Just a little bit more about our campus. We do have opportunities for students to be in student government or get involved. We have about 5 resource centers on campus that students are able to access. And then we do have a huge commitment to sustainability, being the fact that we are the first campus to be BREEAM certified in the nation. And then we are the #1 tree campus by the Arbor Day Foundation. So it's something I always like to brag about, SOU. As far as academia, we offer 38 majors, over 100 different areas of study. As you can see there, those are some of our most popular majors that we have. But then just this year, we've also added our women, gender, and sexuality studies as a major. And then we also offer a minor in esports. So that is also an option as well. We do offer graduate degrees, our master's programs, and then we also offer pre-professional undergraduate degrees in pre-physical therapy, pre-law, pre-med, pre-nursing. Those are just some to name a few. And then we do have certificates that you can take as a standalone program, or you can take your certificates as a part of your major as well. And then of course, our online options for those who want that option. As far as our transfer requirements, we do ask that students have about 36 quarter credits or about 24 semester credits as a minimum when they are applying for our transfer applicant. And then for those who are coming from our California exchange program, we do have a 2.0 GPA. Otherwise, our minimum GPA requirement is about 2.25. We do ask that you have left all of your previous institutions in good standing, and then we ask that you do satisfy our second language requirement. I also encourage students that if they have any questions about any of these requirements, please reach out because we can always discuss those on a one-on-one basis. As far as our credit transfer review, we do have some resources on our transfer page that students are able to access so that they can kind of get a sense as to how their courses will transfer to SOU. Our website does show our transfer requirements as well as our articulation agreements and any kind of transfer tables as well. And then students can also access our course equivalency tool, which they would be able to look up their classes that they're currently taking at their institution and kind of see how they might possibly transfer into SOU. We also have advanced standing reports that we provide students who also turn in any official transcripts. It does take about 6 to 8 weeks. So when students apply, we always encourage them to submit those. As of right now, our tuition is for those who are from our WUI state, it's a little over $15,000, and that does include tuition and fees for the school year. That's on average for students that take about 15 credits per term. In comparison to our out-of-state tuition, about $28,000. So that's a pretty good discount that we do provide students from WUI states, and it is not a requirement to apply to a WUI or for WUI tuition. That is automatically applied to students from those states. We also encourage students to fill out their FAFSA because we do take that as a form of payment. And we're always encouraging students to think about any kind of indirect costs. And then right now, something that I love that we still do at SOU is we're still offering merit-based scholarships for our WUI transfer students as well. So if you have a 3.0 GPA to about 4.0 GPA, you could earn anywhere between $2,500 to $4,000 as a merit-based scholarship that's automatically awarded and automatically given every year after that. And then finally, this is our admissions team. It is really easy to apply to SOU. I'm always encouraging students to reach out if they have any kind of questions. Right now, we are currently able to take your unofficial transcripts as a part of your application in order for us to render a decision for you. And then you can find our application there at apply.sou.edu. You are also able to schedule any virtual appointments with me or any of our other counselors. And so I just encourage you to go to that website and pick the day and time that works for you. And we're always willing to sit through Zoom with you or talk on the phone with you about anything, any questions that you might have. And then of course, our contact information is there. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. Definitely throw any contact information you can into the chat. Next up, we have Eastern Oregon University.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Alasan. I'm the Regional Admissions Counselor for Eastern Oregon University. I'm also a graduate of EOU and also from California. So originally from a small town called Los Angeles. I was just looking around for colleges that were a little bit different, and noticed all my friends were applying to the same schools, and I kind of stumbled upon Eastern Oregon University. One of the first things I noticed was just how affordable it was, even for me coming out of state. And so we're just going to talk about programs and admissions and everything like that. So if you've never been to Eastern Oregon, we are in a town called La Grande. So from Portland, we're about 4 hours away, just on the 84 East, so not too far away. The town of La Grande itself has about 13,000 people, so we are a smaller town, but we're the largest in the county. About 15,000 square miles of nature. We don't really get too much rain in La Grande. It's kind of a semi-arid climate bowl, I call it. We have lots of different outdoor activities. Wallowa Lake is about not too far away from campus, with 1,500 acres of wilderness around for camping, 8 miles around the shore. If you're into snow sports, Anthony Lakes is probably going to be the place for you. About 45 miles away from campus, with 1,100 acres and 300 inches of snow every single year. Morgan Lake is my personal favorite. There's no motors or engines allowed on the water, so it's a really tranquil place to be. It's about 2 miles away from campus, so you can go camping, swimming, everything in between classes. So it's a really nice place to be. Then when you're heading back to campus, we have about 1,500 students, which makes us one of the smaller universities. And it's kind of like that small private school feel with all the benefits of the public institution. We're very affordable on one end, but also on the other end, we are, that small size that allows us to have, average class sizes of less than 25 students. Our average class is, less than 25. The smallest class we have is actually 2 students. So that face-to-face is the most important thing for us. With that, you get to know your professors really, really well. We don't have we don't have master's level students teaching lecture halls or anything like that. And that was really one of the biggest things that stood out for me at Eastern. So with that, Some of the great benefits that come along with that is if you're applying into graduate school or an internship or a job after you graduate, those letters of recommendation from your professors will be really what sets you apart from all the other students applying for your positions. So these are just some of our top programs. We do have a lot more that are listed online, but education we're really strong in. Business is probably our most popular major. We have about 95% acceptance rate into medical school for students on their first time applying. So yeah, really great programs, and also integrative studies. So if we don't have a specific program that you're interested in, you can take a minor with us and a minor at another university online. And actually, you can mix and match up to 3 minors together to make your own totally unique degree. That's pretty cool. We have study abroad programs, pretty much every single continent except Antarctica. So there's always going to be a place for you to go. It's a really great time to save money if you're looking to travel the world. And when you're in college, there's scholarships that help bring that cost down. So some students actually end up spending less when they're studying abroad than they would domestically. And we do have programs in domestic exchange programs, so you can just visit other states if that's what you're more into. Okay, so this could honestly be its own presentation by itself, but long story short, anything that we can do to help make you be a better student will never be at cost to you. So whether that's disability learning, if you just need some sort of accommodation for a class, you just connect with someone in DS and they can make that accommodation happen by connecting with your professors. The Learning Center is always going to be free. If it's drop-in tutoring, you just have one specific question on that, trigonometry homework or whatever it might be, or if you're looking for more sustained appointments for your tutoring, you can set that up, everything in between. Student health and counseling is kind of like a mini clinic on campus. So anything from prescriptions, blood work, tests, anything like that, they can handle in-house, up to stitches really. And then counseling is also free on that appointment basis, or if you want to have sustained interactions and meetings, you can do that as well. So there's lots of different ways to get involved at Eastern. We have one of the oldest Native American powwows in the state. Our One-Up Game Club, they actually compete nationally in playing video games, getting scholarships for college. There's over 50 different clubs and organizations. My personal favorite actually is going to be the Outdoor Adventure Program. And so we really just want students to take advantage of the location where they're at. So you have hiking, skiing, snowboarding, kayaking, canoeing, all that's totally free for students. You show your student ID and you can actually take credits and earn your degree in something in the outdoors if that's what you're really into. As for athletics, we are in the NAIA, so about the size of a D2, but the biggest difference is the majority of our athletic funding goes back to students in the form of scholarships. And so these are some of our athletic sports that we have on campus. Check out eousports.com for more information. All the coaches' contact info will be there. And I'll kind of zoom past this next slide. You're not required to live on campus, but if you choose to, you can. There's really nice suites. Everything you need to live on campus is going to be there built into your suite. Your room and board, this is built in for the entire year, so including your meal plan if you do choose to live on campus. And you, as a transfer student, you'll have an automatic single room by yourself. So tuition and fees, I ask you just to compare to all your Cal State options and everything like that, and we are probably going to be still as affordable, if not more affordable than most of them. That's for the entire year. And so going with that, scholarships are open and the priority deadline has passed, but you could still totally apply. And there's honor scholarships. If you're in PTK, we have automatic scholarships for that. So with that, you have the minimum requirement is a 2.25. You can apply really anytime, but if you have 30 credits and you're coming in as a transfer student, it's totally up to you. So you just apply online. It's about 15 minutes. There's no essay required. You don't need your SAT scores or anything like that unless you have below those 30 credits at the college level. And yeah, so you get your admissions decision pretty quickly. So I was, really a fan of that. I think for me, it was like under 2 weeks. So it was pretty solid. And then last little bit, if you have any questions, please feel free to take a screenshot of this. I'll also drop some of it in the chat. This is like my virtual business card. So once again, thank you so much. I'm Alison with Eastern Oregon University. Have a great night.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Portland State University.
Hey, well, good evening, everyone. Let me get myself started here. My name is Dave Kobzina, and I am the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment at Portland State University. I work directly with students from Northern California, and that's actually where I was born and raised in a town called Walnut Creek, right outside of San Francisco. Portland State University, we are the only urban institution in the state of Oregon. We're smack right downtown on about 50 acres. We have about 26,000 students altogether. As you can see, about 21,000 undergraduates. The thing, though, that makes Portland State so special is that 60% of our undergraduates are transfers. So you really are our bread and butter here. The average age of our undergraduate is 26. So it's not a traditional university where everybody's coming in directly out of high school, graduating when they're 22 or 23 years old. So it's a nice mix. So it really makes our classroom discussions that much more vibrant. Now, we are the state of Oregon's most diverse four-year institution. Just under 50% of our student body identifies as coming from a racially or ethnically diverse background. 37% also identify as first generation. Now, our campus, as I said, is right downtown. We're on about 50 acres. We have all the clubs, we have sports, we have housing, a lot of the traditional activities, but we don't have any defined boundaries because we're really using the city of Portland as our classroom in many ways, and I'll talk more about that in just a minute. Housing is guaranteed on campus if you'd like to do so, but of course it is not required. We have a lot in the way of clubs and organizations, as I mentioned, very focused on community service, student government, sustainability initiatives, really trying to make things better for future generations to come. Sports, we are a Division I school in the Big Sky Conference for everything except softball, which is part of the Pacific Coast Conference. Now, the motto of Portland State is let knowledge serve the city. In order to graduate, you are required to do an internship or a community-based project, although many students will do both. So it really comes down to the hands-on learning. We don't want you to get a piece of paper and then figure out what you're going to do with it. We get you out into the field as an undergraduate. Portland is known as the Silicon Forest. It's a corny play on words from the Silicon Valley in the Bay Area, but it's very high tech. Intel is the state's largest private employer with more than 10,000 people working there, 1,000 of which are PSU alums. Now, academically, we have about 200 programs you can choose from, all housed under these different schools and colleges. Some of our bigger majors are going to be in business, engineering, the health sciences, psychology, and graphic design. We do not have any impacted programs, so your ability to graduate in 4 years is very doable. I should say 4 years, really in a figured a relative amount of time based on how many credits you're transferring in with. Also, I'll point out that our University Honors College, it's the only urban-focused honors college in the United States. Now, the biggest question we get asked is, how will my credits transfer? Simple answer is that as long as your courses are college level and non-vocational, they will all transfer just fine, so long as you're coming from a regionally accredited institution. While we will do a formal evaluation of your credits after you apply and you're admitted, I would encourage you to take a look at Transferology. It's our online course equivalency tool to see how the credits come over. If you don't see them on there, don't worry about it. Please reach out to me and I'll provide contact information a little bit later, and I can do that evaluation for you even prior to your applying for admission. Now, admission requirements themselves, pretty straightforward. We're looking for for you to have at least 20 semester or 30 quarter credits with a 2.25 GPA or higher. If you have a transferable associate's degree, an associate of art, or an associate of science, then it is going to be a 2.0. And the one required class is what we call Writing 121, which needs to be passed with a C- or better. You can also think of it as English composition, English 1A, English 101. You're going to know what it is depending on the school that you're transferring from. And only Oregon high school graduates need to meet our second language admission requirement. The application process, also very simple. It's an online application, takes about 15-20 minutes to complete. We are waiving our $50 application fee through June 15th. So if you are looking to start this upcoming fall, you're welcome to do so. And then we need official transcripts from all colleges or universities that you've attended. Once everything is submitted, it does take us about 2 to 3 weeks in which to make a decision. Now, cost of attendance, we do break it down for students receiving WUI and for standard out-of-state tuition. So you're going to see normally it's about $30,000 a year based on your taking 15 credits per term for fall, winter, and spring. If you are receiving WUI, it's going to be about $14,300. And I'll talk more about the criteria in just a minute. And then you'll see other expenses that you want to take into account as well. So it could be anywhere from about $32,000 to around $47,000 and $48,000 per year, pre-other scholarships or financial aid. Now, to receive WUI, you need to have a 3.0 cumulative GPA by the end of your spring quarter or spring semester. WUI is only available to students who begin in the fall. And again, if you're looking to begin this fall, have to apply for admission by June 1st, and then send us your official transcripts with spring term grades by August 1st. Now, if you do not meet the criteria for WUI, we have the out-of-state opportunity scholarship, which is good for up to $6,000 per year. Same deadlines by which you have to apply. Neither of these you have to specify in your application. You'll receive one of the two based on the criteria that you are going to meet. If you have questions after today, please reach out to me, whether it be by email, by phone. I'm also happy to schedule appointments with you. One last thing I wanted to mention real quick on scholarships is we do have one for PTK students that is worth $1,200, and that is for students looking to begin this fall. Thank you very much and have a good rest of your day.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have University of Oregon.
Hello, everyone. Let me get my PowerPoint going. All right, so my name is Ruth Rodriguez, and I am an admissions counselor at University of Oregon. University of Oregon is in Eugene, which is about 2 hours south of Portland, 3 hours north of the California border. The town of Eugene has about 150,000 people. The best way to describe it is that it is a suburban town in a rural setting. Students are really attracted to what University of Oregon has to offer in regards to outdoor recreational activities. So students love spending time outdoors, going hiking, biking, doing water sports, and skiing nearby as well. We do have about 23,000 total students on our campus, with about 18,000 undergraduate students. We are a tier 1 research university, so that means that we have a lot of opportunities for students to do research. About 73% of our students do some form of research activity while they're with us at UO. Now, we have over 70 majors to choose from. Now, this slide shows 168 academic programs, because the way it works is that we have 70 majors, and within those majors, there are concentrations. So the best way to think about that is that you can have a focus within your major. So if you're interested in business administration, that would be your degree, and you could pick a concentration in business, sports business, marketing, finance. If you're interested in journalism, you could pick concentrations in advertising, media studies, journalism itself. We don't have any impacted majors. Architecture is set up to be a 5-year program, so depending on when you transfer in, that could impact how long you would stay, but otherwise students could definitely graduate in a timely manner. We do have some selective majors, which means that students have to submit a portfolio or do an audition to be admitted into the major. So what that means is that it's a 2-part process. Students first will be reviewed for the reviewed for the university, and then reviewed to the major. So you just want to make sure you do that second step of an audition or portfolio if you're applying to one of those selective majors. And examples of those would be architecture, interior architecture, product design, and music. We offer a lot of great experiences for students both on and off campus. So if you've ever considered spending some time abroad, we offer a lot of great programs for students to study abroad. We have over 300 programs in over 80 countries. You can do a very traditional study abroad program where you're taking classes at a host university, or you can do research or internship. Our Global Education Office helps students navigate that process, and we really encourage all students to participate. If you're looking for a very traditional college experience, UO can definitely provide that. We have over 300 student clubs and organizations. A lot of our school spirit is driven by athletics. So we are Division I Pac-12. So you may have seen our women's basketball team recently do really well in the NCAA tournament. You may have seen our football team a year and a half ago win the Rose Bowl. So Ducks love going out and supporting other Ducks at different athletic events. Now, we don't require students to live on campus as transfer students, typically because of when they transfer. But if you want to live on campus, you definitely can. Our housing also helps students find off-campus housing, or you have university apartments to choose from as well. Now, a little bit about the application process to UO. When you apply, you have to utilize the University of Oregon application for admission. That's the only application you can use. And on this slide, what you will see is the 4 admission requirements. As non-resident students need to have a 2.5 GPA, a college level English course, composition course, a college level math course, and meet our second language proficiency requirement. That could be met by taking a term of a foreign language while in college, or have taken 2 years of a foreign language while in high school with their C or better. If you meet this criteria, you will be admitted to University of Oregon. I like to say we're really friendly to transfer students because you can transfer at any point. As long as you meet that criteria and you apply, and you have a lot of flexibility of when you can transfer. So you don't just apply for fall, you can apply for fall, winter, spring, or summer. And what would happen is that let's say you applied to transfer after one term at a community college or at a college. You would then apply as a transfer student, but you'd also be required to meet the freshman criteria for admission. But if you're applying with more than 24 semester units of credit, you would only then be evaluated as a transfer student. Now we know that funding for college is really important. So we now offer the Oregon Guarantee, which means that we will fix your tuition for up to 3 years. So when you transfer, whatever you pay that first year is the same amount you would pay up to the third year if you took that long to attend or graduate UO. So I think that's really great for financial planning for students and their families to know how much it would cost to attend UO for the entire time that they'd be there. We do have some scholarships for transfer students. The General University Scholarship is awarded by a holistic review. Our Diversity Excellence Scholarship is a scholarship students can apply for. What will happen is about a week after you apply for admission, students are given access to our scholarship dashboard where students can apply to the diversity scholarship or other scholarships that are available to them. So we do have admissions counselors that are assigned to every area of California and Nevada. So definitely go onto our website and find who your admissions counselor is. What you'd want to do is put in your zip code to where you live, and then what will pop up is who your admissions counselor is, and that's who you'd want to reach out to if you have any additional questions. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Western Oregon University.
Awesome, thank you. Let me see if I can pull up my presentation. Hi, everyone. My name is Itzel Venegas Trujillo, and I'm an admissions counselor here at Western Oregon University. Western Oregon University is a small town called Monmouth, Oregon, in the heart of the Willamette Valley. It's about 20 minutes from Salem, our state's capital, and 75 minutes from Portland, our state's cultural hub. We're a public mid-sized university. We have around 5,000 students, including graduate students, making our average class size around 19 to 22, and our student to faculty ratio about 15:1. Our admissions requirements are pretty simple. We're looking for transfer students to have at least a 2.25 cumulative college GPA and at least 36 transferable quarter credits or 24 transferable semester credits. And in order to process your application, we really only need you to submit our WU online application. Right now, the application fee is no longer required for transfer students. It is free to apply for a limited time. With that said, we also need your official transcripts from every college and or university you have attended. Please note that if you do not meet our minimum requirements, that's okay. We're willing to work with you through the process and may ask for additional documents to complete your admissions application. One of the main questions we receive is, can I afford to go to Western Oregon? And our simple answer is yes, you can afford it. More than 78% of our students receive some form of financial aid. Along with that, we also offer a reduced out-of-state tuition rate, which is what we call the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. For those of you who do not know, I mean, a lot of us have said it. So Western Oregon University is part of the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program, is what we call the WUI. This program allows us to automatically give all students from Western states a reduced tuition rate. The tuition and fees for students who reside in WUI state is projected to be around $14,000 a year. Since WUI tuition is based off your residency status, any and all major and minor programs are eligible for this tuition reduction. More good news, WU also allows you to stack on all your school funds with your WUI tuition rate, so you're not missing out on any money going towards college. Like merit-based scholarships, need-based scholarships, diversity-based scholarships, athletic-based scholarships, and so much more. Now on what to study at WU. Here at Western Oregon University, we offer several bachelor's degrees. We have the Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and a Bachelor of Fine Arts. With over 50 majors and minors to choose from within our College of Education, College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, and pre-professional studies, students are able to find their passions to achieve academic success. Notable programs include business, criminal justice, psychology, teaching education, computer science, exercise science, biology, pre-nursing, and American Sign Language and English interpreting. Another big topic is housing here at Western Oregon. We have several options of types of housing for those who choose to live on campus, which includes double, single, suite style, live, learn, community halls, and apartment style living. offering residents the opportunity to experience living on their own while still benefiting from such amenities such as private bedrooms, shared bathrooms, tech support, meal plan if they desire, laundry, utilities, and Wi-Fi. The options include Ackerman Hall, the Arbor Park apartment complex, family housing in Alderview townhouses, and Knox Street apartments. However, if students choose to live off campus, many students find affordable housing options that are located right across the street from campus, making it easy to live on your own or with roommates. Along with that, we offer a lot of opportunities to stay active, stay involved, and receive a lot of student support. Here at WU, we have NCAA Division II athletics, which strives to ensure students athletes have life in the balance, managing the rigors of sports and the demands of our academic programs. We offer 6 women's sports as well as 5 men's sports. We do provide partial athletic scholarships, and if you're interested, let us know and we can point you in the right direction. Along with our sports, we have over 60 clubs and organizations on campus for students to learn leadership skills and pursue their passions. WU students are involved in many organizations, including social action clubs, LGBTQ groups, cultural-based organizations, creative arts groups, and so much more. They also have access to many arts, culture, and traditional events on campus, like our Academic Excellence Showcase, Dia de los Muertos, Hawaii Club Luau, Spring Dance Concert, and so much more. From that, we at Western Oregon strive to offer many services in which students can reach academic success. Need help with classwork, academic advice, or looking for career advice? Then we have you covered. Our academic advisors within the Student Success and Advising Center are equipped to help advise transfer students with their transition to WU and plan out your degree plan as you begin your journey here at WU. We provide free academic tutoring within many areas, including computer science, math, science, writing, and more. We also have peer advising and coaching for any student interested in improving their leadership skills, creative problem-solving skills, and digital media skills for projects. For those students who seek career advice apart from their faculty or academic advisor, you can find assistance at the Service Learning and Career Development Center. In addition to career counseling, resume and cover letter reviews, help with graduate school applications, and many other services, we support programs that give students hands-on experience, like those of community internship programs, on-campus jobs, and alternative break programs. In a nutshell, here at Western, we pride ourselves in being inclusive, accessible, and affordable, committed to student success and their well-being. Because we're a small university, many students have the opportunity to participate in many different aspects of campus. We make it our mission to help students feel comfortable here, whether they're commuting to school, living on campus, or from out of state. Our students are encouraged to be their own individual while also helping the campus community as a whole, committed to their academics and their personal health. Here's my contact information in case you would like to contact me afterwards to talk about how WU can help you with your journey to higher education. I will also post my contact in the Zoom chat in case for your convenience. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Oregon State University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carmen Martinez. I use the pronouns she, her, ella, and I'm the transfer coordinator at Oregon State University, the Cascades campus. And if you haven't heard of Oregon State University Cascades, we're a campus of Oregon State University. We're located in Bend, Oregon. We're in Central Oregon, roughly about 2 hours from our main campus in Corvallis, and separated by the amazing mountain range that you see here in this image. And because we're Oregon State, we have that big campus power and offer the same great education at a smaller campus and with an even more personalized approach. Our campus is roughly about 1,400 students. We offer small class sizes throughout your time on campus, and our average class size is 18, but it can range from like 4 students to 60 or so in your classroom. And what this means for you is that we're small enough to know your name and big enough to launch your dreams. Our students and faculty would tell you that it's not easy to feel lost in a small campus. Our faculty likes to say that they'll get to know you. They'll really get to know you. They'll know when your dog is sick or your car is having problems, because it's not hard to know what your students are experiencing when you have such a personalized approach in the classroom. And they really do get to know who you are. Because we're a campus of Oregon State University, we offer some select shared programs and some signature programs not currently available in Corvallis. For example, our Tourism, Recreation, and Venture Leadership program, our Hospitality Management, Energy Systems Engineering, our Engineering Sciences, and our Outdoor Products, just to name a few. In total, we currently have 20 undergraduate majors and over 30 minors, all ranging from social sciences, liberal arts, and lab sciences. We also also offer a select number of graduate programs, including our doctorate in physical therapy that's launching this year. And we are a growing campus, so our offerings are expanding each year. And at OSU Cascades, we take your career goals seriously. We have dedicated resources to help you bridge your academic experience to the real world. And we embed those experiential learning opportunities in all of our majors, whether it's an internship, study abroad opportunity. Our students have the same access to students in main campus, maybe through research. We are a research university and our faculty conduct research and educate students. Maybe it's through a capstone project as part of your major, which is a project that's designed to apply everything that you've learned so far into a completed work, or maybe a service learning opportunity. The goal is to help you walk away with real world experience and learning outside of the classroom. And this will make you more marketable and help you build your network with the end goal of helping you move to the next step after college. But before you leave college and nail that dream job, we want to make sure that you spend time on campus and enjoy your time here. We offer plenty of opportunities for you to get involved on campus in clubs or organizations and make lifelong connections. And one of the best ways of doing that is by living on campus. Living is not required, but it is available to you as a transfer student. We offer on-campus housing with a wide variety of room styles, including private rooms, double rooms, and select apartment style rooms. Each option provides private bathroom and a shower with free laundry, kitchenettes located in every floor, plenty of common spaces and all of your needs, including a fitness center in the residence hall. As a plus to everything that I've shared with you, OSU Cascades is located in Bend, and whether you enjoy the local bike and running trails, or maybe want to head out to Mount Bachelor after class, or want to catch a movie downtown, we know that you'll love the 300 days of sunshine here in Central Oregon. And we'd love to see you visit us someday. So if you want to talk about your opportunities or about life here at OSU Cascades, you can connect with us individually. We can walk you through the admissions requirements, talk about scholarship and financial aid, walk you through the entire process. We love the opportunity to meet with students individually and spend time talking about you and your future. So come check us out. We host Instagram live tours, we host Zoom tours, and if you're ready and want to visit campus, we're happy to work with you and make that happen for you. So thank you for listening, and I'd love to connect with you and answer any questions you have. I'll be posting my contact info in chat. Have a great evening.
All right, thank you. So if we could have all of the panelists come back on screen. All right, in the same order that you presented, starting with Southern, what advice in general would you give someone going through this transfer process?
Absolutely. My favorite thing when I'm sitting with a student is that they're always surprised at how not daunting the process is. They make a lot of assumptions of what Southern Oregon is able to take as far as transfers. And so I always recommend asking and talking to a counselor before you make any assumptions, because it really is not as scary as a lot of students think it is.
Yeah, I would say the exact same thing, maybe a little different. If you just ask if you would like a transfer credit review, I think most of us do that. So we can just go through and quickly, unofficially, just tell you exactly what credits are going to match over and how long you'll have left at your transfer institution.
And I have to agree with both Ria and Alasan on that, both those parts. I think sometimes when we see transfer students come in, they're like, oh, I already know how to do everything. But again, every institution is different. So when it comes to graduation requirements, learning about the student services, really absorb what the institutions you're connecting with are telling you, because it's going to make your experience that much more beneficial in the long run.
I think especially for students who are applying from California is understanding that California universities transfer process is very different than ours. And that's why I like to say that we're friendly. is because you can transfer at any point. And ditto what Dave said is that we have so many great resources and experiences that you can have, but as a transfer student, you kind of have to hit the ground running. So keep that in mind. You want to really be proactive and take advantage of what all our universities have to offer to really enhance your experience on our campuses.
Same as everyone else, I do want to add is don't be afraid to come and ask us questions. We are here to help you through this process, and we are here to connect you with everyone else across campus. That's the best advice, because as a transfer student, you want to talk to professors within your academic program that you want to, right? Or academic advisors. And so that's one of the main things that we're the first step to, get in touch with us, right? But then we can refer you to, professors within your academic program or academic advisors within anything. So don't be afraid to ask questions and get referred to any program within our own campuses, because we're here to help you. That's why we're available to you, right? So that's my 2 cents.
Yes, echoing what everyone said, connect with us, come talk to us. We love to talk to you guys, so talk to us. But just kind of moving forward, once you're a student, get involved on campus, make new connections, connect with other students, because this is a time, that you're not only building your network, but really connecting with your faculty, especially if you're moving forward into other programs after graduation. It's a really, really great time to make those lifelong connections that will be really meaningful in the long run. So that would be my advice for y'all.
Okay, fantastic advice. Most of you touched on this. I always try to plug on top of the great advice that you give. Please contact these folks. This is what they do for a living, and they are able to help you navigate and also find out the simple thing of, is this a good fit for you? They know their campuses, they know their students, they know their professors, so they are such a resource. So make sure you grab their contact information and contact them. Ask the questions that you have, because that is what they are for. So thank you again to our experts, our panelists that were with us here today. Thank you if you were able to attend virtually, or if you're watching this recording, thank you so much. If you're here live, there's a survey as you leave. There's more sessions this evening, and there will be more in the future. A recording of this will be sent out to everyone who signed up on our website and available to our panelists as well. I put the link into the chat for you if you need to grab it there. Again, thank you to our panelists, to our experts. Thank you to the students and the parents out there watching this. Best of luck to you. Stay safe, stay well, and have a good evening.